Hey, what's up folks, it's Jamie. Thought I'd knock out a quick video while I'm sitting there enjoying the park. See if I can show you guys around real quick. Don't need my ugly face in the midst of it. Yeah, how nice that is. Very blessed to live in a really nice spot just next to my house there. It's not that far away, maybe 4 or 5 minutes walk, and it's pretty huge botanical gardens here in Melbourne, Australia. I spend a lot of time listening to Audible and musing on my thoughts and enjoying nature really, and had some cool stuff happen here recently, actually right on this very seat where I'm sitting. Had a bird come and land on my foot the other day, which was pretty cool. They call them a miner, M-I-N-A-H, funny little birds, little brown things, and they squawk a lot, but it just came and landed on my foot, which is kind of cool. Made me feel like I'm in touch with nature or something like that. Anyways, on to today's topic. So I was sitting here mulling over business and life and all that stuff, and it got me thinking, like, I've been very fortunate where I've sold hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of coaching and affiliate products and consultation and, you know, all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff over the years, and I've sold in pretty much every manner you could probably think of by this stage. I've done virtual events, multitude of them. I've done hundreds, if not thousands, in fact it would be thousands of sales calls over the years, and sold hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars worth of stuff doing that as well. Sold in the DMs, sold with a Google Doc on a multitude of occasions, bought out, or made it, not bought out, created full funnels with upsells and downsells and cross sells and through sells, and I've sold just through an email and a cart page, like you name it. I've sold in a multitude of different ways. And one of the things that I often think about is it's not that uncommon for me to get folks reaching out to me, purely cold DM. Hey, I've been following you for a little while, and you know, I've seen you around, and like, this is what I want to achieve. Can you help me achieve it? And oftentimes I can't. Like, it's just a mismatch of perhaps an energy thing. I don't feel that we're going to vibe that well. But more often than not, I can diagnose what they're up to in their business and pretty accurately assess where they're at, and more so accurately assess the steps that they need to take in order to get them to the next point, whether that be hitting consistent 5, 10, 20K months or whatever it is, through the coaching and high ticket affiliate marketing stuff. And then they just need to go and implement that. Not always, but you know, it's usually relatively straightforward. Usually boils down to a few things: offer, lead flow, positioning, etc. So I was sitting here thinking, what is it that people, when they say things like, I can't find good leads, what do they mean by that? What do they mean by good leads? I mean, there's literally millions of people in the world. Does it mean that they're just not looking hard enough to find these supposed good leads? And so I was curious about that. I got thinking, and I started wondering about that concept of quote unquote a good lead. And a good lead obviously is just someone who randomly DMs you and says, hey, what's up? How you doing? I like your stuff and I'm going to buy whatever you've got. And of course that does happen on occasion, especially when you've been at this for an extended period of time. But there's a few things that need to go into this in order for that to happen. Number one is you need to concentrate on the depth of relationship you have with your audience. I think a lot of people are just like sell, sell, sell. Now, don't get me wrong, I have a very strong intention to try to find the people I can help when I'm approaching folks in DMs or whatever. I don't really use pressure tactics, but I'm pretty religious with my follow-up. I cut to the chase when it comes to that type of stuff. Oh, arm's dying. Should have done weights today. There we go. It's better. And so one of the things that I would probably I'd probably suggest to folks is that if you're wanting a business in a very specific way, if you're booking calls, if you want to book calls easier, and if you're wanting people to just randomly DM you asking for your link and different things like that, think about what you are putting out there before you're receiving anything, right? So if you're putting out vibes that are kind of like a little bit desperate, or you know, all that type of stuff, and if you have people trying to sell you stuff and you're like just ghosting them, and you get tired when people ghost you and stuff like that, and think about what you're giving off as a buyer. If you have purchased coaching programs before, or you've looked into mentoring with different people, things like that, how are you showing up? Because if you are approaching with a certain energy that is like, you know, yes, I'm decisive, I'm going to make this thing, I'm going to make it happen, then you'll find that that is a reflection of your own beliefs. And so therefore, you will find that people will start to become attracted to you based on that, which makes it easier. The other thing as well is, like all things sales, about to get attacked by birds. I think, maybe not. Anyways, whatever. So that's the first thing. So how are you showing up as a buyer, number one. Now the other thing to consider is, what are you doing on a daily basis to A, get new leads in, but more importantly, give those leads a reason to follow your stuff, a reason to engage with your content, a reason to reach out, right? Are you making it inviting? Are you positioning yourself well? Are you positioning yourself as an expert? Are you working on that with an intent, with an intention behind that? Or are you just kind of like, hey, I'm putting out content and no one's like buying my stuff yet, what's happening? Because you do need to have an intention behind it. You need to go and talk about what you've done online. And if you haven't done anything, go do some stuff. It's not that hard. Go and increase your engagement. Go get a couple of inbound leads. Go and make a couple of low ticket sales. Make a disproportionately strong offer for a low ticket offer. Start getting a bit of traction that way. Build your confidence. Talk about how you got there. Guarantee there's people that are not getting, oh man, getting eaten by mosquitoes. Oh, bastards. There's people out there that won't be getting inbound leads. They won't be getting any leads at all. They won't have considered high ticket, you know, and you go and explain a few things to them. So being an expert isn't necessarily just being super knowledgeable in things, because if that was the case, there'd be a lot of experts out there. But it is also telling your audience, like positioning yourself as such. And what that will do over time is it will compound, because when you put goodwill out to your audience, you help folks out with things, and it does compound over time. And then eventually you get this kind of wacky thing happens where you don't even need a big audience, right? You just need to have a pretty strong relationship with your audience through doing things like this, where some folks are going to resonate with this and they're going to be like, it's pretty cool. I think that guy can help me out. He's done a fair bit of stuff and he's been around for a while, and his grey beard alludes to wisdom, surely. And so then, you know, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy at that point. But again, it's still something you need to work on. So that's my little rant for today. What do I say? Positioning and authority, leads, make sure you're just bringing new blood in all the time. And then consider how you're showing up as well. Those are the three massive things that are going to help you with just selling in general, from a sort of like a psychological, energetic perspective. And if you can dial those and you can nail them, then you're probably going to do some pretty good stuff. And then eventually you'll look back upon this video and you'll be like, my gosh, he's right. That was amazing. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day, and yeah, drop your comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Anything else to add to that list, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And of course, you know where to find me if you need some help. Just flick me a DM, see what you got going on, see if I can help you. And if I can't, I will be happy to send you elsewhere. There's probably someone else that can. All right, guys, have a good one.